So you make the best friends while you're scabbing. You are literally making things worse for your brothers and sisters.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Adam, do you know what an influencer is?
I mean, sure. Yeah, I mean, these folks that kind of, don't they make a living off social media, basically?
Yeah.
Promoting products primarily and, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they are, you know...
The youth follow them.
Yeah,
right?
the youth are influenced by these influencers,
right.
as the name might suggest.
Right.
You know, a lot of there are different types. I think that some people would throw us in the category broadly. You know,
sure.
It's just like social media commentary and chatting and a lot of it. When you think of influencer, you know, I think generally people think of like just personality type stuff and makeup and stuff like this.
Right.
And so,
but you know, in a sense, organizers are influencers. I mean, definitionally, right? So
right.
yeah, I mean,
if we're doing our job right, if we're successful.
right. Yeah, you hope to be an influencer if you're organizing.
So. Yeah, and so, you know, and some people do it even not really as a job. They don't really make a lot of money off of this. They just enjoy, you know, that they enjoy, you know, doing these kind of tutorials or just chatting with folks or telling stories
right.
and stuff like this. And that's and you know,
whatever floats your boat.
That's all. You know, I mean, there's kind of
my philosophy.
Yeah.
Generally, like whatever floats your boat.
I have friends
not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
Like
I have friends that are influencers actually. Somebody from high school that I used to be close with, she has like 1 million followers on TikTok, but she's not doing what this influencer is doing. So this person is a nurse, and she's a travel nurse. And again, nothing against travel nurses; those are great. But she also released just this gem of a video last week. Let's watch it.
Watch this, y'all.
Day in the life as a strike nurse. I am on my way to the airport to fly into the city where the staff nurses are striking. Strike contracts are a pretty quick turnaround, so you have to be ready to go. You also have to be extremely adaptable and flexible, similar to travel nursing.
Throats.
Guys, this eye mask and headphone combo on the plane, I literally pass out every plane ride now. I definitely found what works for me. Transportation took me from the airport to the hotel where onboarding takes place. On the way there, I made some friends. Nurses honestly make the best friends, don't tell me otherwise. Onboarding was super organized, which I love, and my nurse bestie that drove in to work the strike picked me up for dinner. To bed I go for a long week.
Okay, so you make the best friends
while you're
scabbing. You are literally making things worse for your brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
But apparently it continues.
Yeah, well, there is another one, and so you know you can imagine that the reception to her bragging about being a scab was not well received.
Yeah, imagine that. I mean, here we have workers all over the country rising up, workers all over the country putting it on the line, literally walking the picket line, you know, fighting for their family and their livelihood, fighting to raise the standards for working people in this country, and you are bragging
right
about scabbing and
just showing people how fun it is, fun it is to you know, slit the throats of members of your class.
And you know, here's the thing, like I try to be understanding that, you know, not everyone who scabs, quote unquote, necessarily realizes what they're doing when they're getting into it. Right? We've seen that throughout history where workers are kind of tricked into scabbing, more or less. We also have workers who maybe don't understand what it is that they're doing and why that's bad. You have workers who sometimes are just so desperate. Maybe they're put into that position for various reasons. I try to be as understanding as possible, but at the end of the day, you are betraying your fellow workers.
Yeah.
And this is not that, right? This is not a situation of desperation or where you don't know what you're doing. Clearly, this person knows what they're doing and feels totally okay with it.
Yeah.
So okay that they will brag about it on the internet.
Right.
That's pretty sorry.
Yeah, so so she got some reaction to that, and so let's see how she responded.
All right, guys, so I normally do not give in to people's negativity, hate comments, but I'm gonna address this once and I'll never address it again. First and last time doing this. I posted 2 videos on my page of me working or going to work on a strike, and I've never encountered more nurse bullying than I have the past week.
Nurse bullying.
Let me just say that nurses are professionals, and the way that some of you guys are name calling and threatening me on my page is disgusting.
So I'm just curious. Names like SCAB,
right.
Class Trader,
Yeah, just accurate descriptions of you.
Sellout.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Backstabber.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they all seem like fair names given the situation, but I understand that's negativity, toxic negativity.
Right. Yeah. Well, she's gonna throw some words at you that you're gonna love.
Okay.
The way you treat others is a reflection of you. So just be careful
No irony sense.
with what you say to other people. I really do wish you self-healing and self-growth, and I hope you fix whatever you got going on internally if you like to be mean to other people. Just know that,
So I'm just gonna say I really do hope that she experiences some growth from this moment.
And self-healing.
Right, yeah. Because class consciousness doesn't come easy to everyone. I get it. Like, you're a backstabber, but you don't have to always be a backstabber. You can grow from that. You can self-heal, perhaps, from your backstabbing.
Right.
Working as a nurse, whether you're a strike nurse, a travel nurse, you're a staff nurse, you work in med-surg, you work in ICU, you work in the...
Also, I love how you just throw in, like, a strike nurse as just like a routine category.
Right, as if it's like the same as a nurse in the ICU. Yeah.
Right, some people work in the ER, some people
are
work
scabs.
Some people work at the, pediatrician's office, some people break a strike.
Yeah.
clinic, you work in aesthetics. Nothing is wrong about that. You are going to see a lot of opinions all throughout social media about different jobs. There is nothing wrong with you going and working and paying your bills. I just want to end this with saying...
It really does depend, right?
Right.
I think that's
you can pay your bill. The Nazi guards paid their bills, right?
Yeah,
and
there are hitmen. There are actual hitmen who do live and exist in this world. So no, that's just, let's not just make a blanket statement that way. She needs to self-heal.
I love my job, and I'm not here to say any negative things about people, and I won't. I hope people like this have a better day and kind of be more aware about what they say and how that may affect other people.
Yeah, and somebody in the chat, it's Vex, cry bully therapy speak, and that's exactly it, right? I mean, just the condescending, self-healing, all this nonsense, total misappropriation of words that can be valuable.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I'm teasing
know.
and everything, but like, obviously, self-healing is good. Growth is good.
I like to heal. I like to grow.
We like to grow from our mistakes. And in all sincerity, I really hope that this lady really did learn something from this, because it seems like she was taken aback by like the criticism. And it's like, sister, where have you been? How did you not realize that this could be controversial?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like the only appropriate emotion for a scab would be shame.
Yeah. Well, and she has, and unfortunately, she has not grown. So that last video was posted 6 days ago. And somebody commented that said, when you work as a strike nurse, you give the hospitals an option. If they can't hire strike nurses, they have to give in to staff demands. And that's the thing, right? And that's also why when nurses go on strike, they give hospitals notice so that if they're not able to get enough scabs, they can transport patients to other hospitals during the strike. And
to be very clear about that, what you're doing is you're undermining the power
right.
of your colleagues. your fellow workers, the people who are like you, who have nothing to sell but their labor, their expertise, their skills, their brain and muscles, whatever the situation may be. In this case, it's their nursing. That is really an unacceptable choice. And I'm all for an inclusive movement, and including as many people as possible. But as part of that, you have to recognize that an injury to one is an injury to all. And when you partake in that kind of activity of crossing picket lines or, serving as a scab to undermine a strike, that is detrimental to you ultimately.
Right.
Not just to those particular workers, but to all of us as workers in this country and in this world. And so, seriously, I hope you grow from that, and I hope folks learn from that situation. No, I don't condone bullying of folks of any kind necessarily, but bullying, scabbing is a bullying tactic, frankly, and it is used by the bullies, which would be management, the owners, the ruling class, so to speak, who, through their power imbalance, undermines class power of working people.
So somebody replied to that comment about just kind of illustrating what the issue is. Somebody replied, said, "What if their demands are excessive?" Devil's advocate. And the creator liked that comment and put a bunch of exclamation points under it. That was 1 day ago. Another person said, "The moment a travel..."
So that's the problem, right? Is just the nurses are asking for too much.
Right, yeah.
Of
course.
The staffing
Which
ratios.
Is just totally something that happens all the time, is nurses asking for too much. And it is never that CEOs are asking for too much. You don't ever see that. Another comment said, "The moment a travel nurse starts a strike contract, that is them supporting other nurses, taking on responsibilities they left behind to strike." Oh, jeez. Here's another one. I mean, they're striking and the creator liked that comment. Here's another comment. "I mean, they're striking and saying it's, quote, all about the patients, not money. Then they're mad you're taking care of said patients." Nope. They're mad that you're undermining them and making it more difficult for them to take care of said patients. The creator liked that comment. Here's another one. "Girl, don't worry about them. Get your money. You owe no one any loyalty but the green." And that is really, and she liked that comment.
And that is the
that's
American
really the
way,
the American way. Yeah, just
and
no allegiance to anybody. Your soul is for sale if somebody's willing to pay you enough.
Right. Well, I, for one, have to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
And so, no, I'm not for sale. I'm unbought and unbossed, and that's how we all ought to be. And that's just... it's disappointing because we can do so much better.
Yeah.
And when we look out for one another and we take care of one another, we can actually do a lot better as a society. But we can't with that kind of mentality. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully this influencer won't have much influence except for to, reveal what happens when you betray your fellow worker.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.